So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Roma Theory. Happy Valentine's Day, my dear love. Roma, I love you more than everything in this world. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone out there, first of all. And obviously, we've got a big match ahead of us. We've got a massive game on Thursday, our Europa League debut. I mean, it's not a debut, but we're back in the Europa League, which is significant. And you know, you look back at the draws of the Europa League, and I'd be lying to you if I said I really wanted to avoid Salzburg. Part of me really wanted to avoid this team. And obviously in this stream I'll explain why. I'll give my predicted 11, which you already can see on the screen. We're going to talk about them, we're going to talk about us, we're going to talk about this game and the value that this tournament has for us. And I think the first thing which has to be done is for everyone here to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Why did I want to avoid Salzburg? I wanted to avoid Salzburg because Salzburg are the opposite team to us. They are completely opposite to us. I'm guaranteed when I say this, they are the top 3 fastest teams in Europe. And to be honest with you, when we face fast teams, it does normally end well. Again, it's not an invitation for us to go there and lose. We want to try our best. We want to succeed in the best way. But when we face teams which play football with high intensity from the very start, it's always hard for us. We hate those teams. In fact, look at Udinese. Udinese is probably the fastest teams we've faced this season so far. And look, we conceded 4 goals. So, they're a fast team. They press very, very high. Therefore, immediately, a tactic which I don't want to see is little short passes between the defenders and the goalkeepers. Avoid that. Because they press so high, they run so much, that if we lose a ball or they hit us in a counter-attack, it's the end. And this is the reason why I wanted to avoid them, because they're a very fast team. They're a very, very, very fast team. In fact, I'd probably say they're one of the fastest teams out there. They're a very young side. They're a very young side with a very young manager. Like, I actually read somewhere that their manager is younger than one of their players. They're just it's a new generation at Salzburg. And that's why it's going to be a tough game. I'm very scared for this game. I'm very scared, but at the same time, I'm so excited for Europa League to be back. I'm just so excited to share all of these European night memories with all of you guys now that I've created a Roma community. It'd be great. But obviously, you see, it's a very tough game. I think to try and get to the next round of the Europa League, I think 80% of our game will be played at the Olimpico. We know that the fans will play a massive part in this. It's a very tough team. This is such a tough team to face. And, you know, leading on to this game, I'm scared. I'm nervous because I've seen Salzburg play. And I know they play in the Austrian Bundesliga, which, to be fair, you know, with all of the compliments I'll give Salzburg, to be honest with you, they are first. Congratulations, massive congratulations. I admire Salzburg a lot. But they do play in the Austrian Bundesliga. I mean, apart from Salzburg, who plays in the Austrian Bundesliga? So when it comes to that, obviously, they're the best team. But they've shown consistent paths in European tournaments too. They've shown consistent paths in Champions League, Europa League. They were in a group stage with Milan in the Champions League this season. And look, it's a tough one. It's going to be a tough one. I'm looking forward to it on Thursday, live watch along. And in the second round, I'll be at the stadium with my dad. I gifted the tickets to this game for Christmas. So me and Pops will be heading to the stadium, not this Thursday, next Thursday when we're playing at home. Which will be a good one. It will be a good vlog coming out. Looking forward to that too. But first, we can't think about the second leg. We have to think about the first leg. It's a process of thinking it through step by step, game by game, just like every single game that we've done so far. I mean, also giving a few more informations about why are they such a young team? They're such a young team because I really like the way, because obviously they are kind of twins with Leipzig because they're both owned by Red Bull. So Leipzig in the German Bundesliga and Salzburg in the Austrian Bundesliga are like father and son. They're basically like the same team. That's why in both teams you will see the Red Bull logo on, because they're both owned by Red Bull. And Red Bull has in fact invested in football like a few years ago, not many years ago, very recent years. In fact, the investment that Red Bull have made in both of these teams is something which you have to give massive congrats to. Leipzig, so not Salzburg, Leipzig, which is basically like Salzburg, were founded in 2005. That's when I was born. That's when me out here was born. They were founded like 17 years ago, and 17 years after they're playing in the Champions League. And that really puts to mind that the investment which Red Bull have made in both of these teams is something which they care about. It's a project, it's an ongoing project which they like, which they want to grow. It's another project with both teams actually play with young players a lot. And it's, it's both projects have to be admired. But we're here to play our game. We're here to enjoy it. We're here to obviously try to go the whole way. It's going to be tough. It's going to be very, very hard. You look at the teams inside it and you're like, wow, Europa League is tougher than Champions League this season. But it is what it is. I'm glad, I'm satisfied we're in the Europa League. And again, something which is critical, which I actually was thinking about yesterday, is that we are playing Salzburg on Thursday, and we're in Europa League position because of two players. One player has left our team, and it's Zaniolo, and the second player is Pellegrini, who is arguably the least fit player out there. That's something very critical. Like against the Ludogorets. Against Ludogorets in November, back then, it feels like ages ago, in November, we had to win, and Zaniolo pulled out an absolute masterclass. Zaniolo pulled a masterclass, Pellegrini scored 2 penalties, so we are in a position right now because of Zaniolo, and it's very controversial because Zaniolo then wanted to leave, and he's left. We have no Zaniolo available, but again, predicted 11. I think predicted 11 is the strong predicted 11. It's the strong one. However, the first thing which I'll say is, they're the fastest team in Europe. We have to get in this game thinking that they are the fastest team in Europe, because they are. Therefore, the second Mourinho picks Matic and Cristante to start this game, it automatically means to me that Mourinho wants to snub Europa League. You cannot start Matic and Cristante in this game. I respect both Matic and Cristante. I think lately they've not been playing too bad together. But if we present ourselves after tomorrow in Austria, in Salzburg, with Matic and Cristante in the midfield, then that's like telling Salzburg, right, I don't want to play this game. Because, no, it's like asking for a chocolate ice cream and the guy messes it up and puts pistachio in it. No, absolutely not. Don't do that. Because really, starting Matic and Cristante in this game is really it would be a suicide to our eyes. If we start Matic and Cristante in this game, I really am expecting 3 to 5 goals from Salzburg. Because Matic and Cristante cannot keep these rhythms. They just can't. One of the two is fine. And that's why I've chosen Matic. Because, Matic does bring experience. He's good in these tournaments. He's played with Man United. So Matic definitely there. But Cristante and Matic together, no. Please don't. Jose, no. I know. I'm not trying to be smart here. But, starting Matic and Cristante in this game is really a killer. We just can't. You can start Matic and Cristante on Sunday against Verona. Okay, I'll accept that. But not tomorrow. Not on Thursday, not tomorrow. Simon, have you seen Højlund run? Do you think we can get him? Højlund's amazing. Højlund his physique is just like Erling Haaland's. Do I realistically think we can get him? No, we can't. But another thing which I'll definitely say is that Højlund is a great player because he plays at Atalanta. And the way Atalanta play is the way Højlund plays. Because Atalanta are the fastest team in this area, and because Atalanta leave up so many open spaces, Højlund is a beast. If you put Højlund in our team right now, he would do absolutely nothing because we hate playing with open spaces. We don't create chances. So I think he's a great player, but in order for him to be even better, he has to stay there or move to the Premier League. Because in any other Serie A side, Højlund does not give the same impact he does at Atalanta. Because Atalanta play a Premier League style Serie A football. Other teams don't. So that's my take on it. But he's an absolute beast. He is an absolute beast. Right. Predicted 11. Let's move on to the full predicted 11. Rui Patricio in goal. Ibanez, Smalling and Mancini in defence. Do I want to see 3 defenders at the back? Arguably, it could be controversial here. I don't know if I want to see it against Salzburg, who are the fastest team out there. But at the same time, I think we have no picks. We have no choices. And we've played with 3 defenders at the back since the end of last season. I think it's implanted in our DNA right now. So I don't think we'll see massive tactical changes in this. So 3 defenders at the back. 4 midfielders. I'm going to go Zalewski, even though Korsdorp is back. Korsdorp is back. Korsdorp is back, reintegrated in the team. His agent said that Korsdorp cannot wait to get back playing for Roma. To be fair, if he said sorry and all of that, reintegrate him back. It's another player you can add to the list. But I don't think he'll start. He's been still for too long. He just cannot keep up with Salzburg rhythms after staying untouched for 3 months. So Zalewski has to start this. Cilic could start, but Cilic's not having it right now. So I'd go Zalewski, even though Zalewski he's not giving massive impacts. But I think he's the fittest out of all. So Zalewski starts on one side, El Shaarawy on the other side. Spinazzola is back on the other side. However, same discussion with Korsdorp. He's been still for 3 months, so I don't think he'll start. So El Shaarawy starts. He's on good form. He can bag the goals. Even though that's not El Shaarawy's position, and this is something which we always say, I think El Shaarawy is going to start this game. Right, in the middle, I've gone with Matic, and then I've gone with a gamble. I've thrown it there, but I'm not expecting it to happen. Gini Wijnaldum. And I will speak about Gini in a second, because, again, I'd love to see Gini in this, but at the same time, Salzburg, he can't keep up with Salzburg because they're the fastest team out there, and he's been still for 6 months now. If Gini doesn't start, not Cristante. I've said this already. If Gini doesn't start, then I'd gamble it and start with someone like Bove. So I do think I don't think Gini will start. I've put Gini there, wishful thinking. But if Gini doesn't start, that is not a kind of an incentive to put Cristante in. No, if Gini doesn't start, then I would 100% gamble it and put Kamara in, or Bove in, or even Tahirovic in, because he can keep the rhythms of Salzburg. But I've gone with Gini mainly because of experience. Even though, again, Gini just came back. It's a risk. It's not going to happen. I've put him there just to put him there. Wishful thinking. But, again. And then Matic next to him. Experience. He can create that drench. That trench. To kind of blockade Salzburg counterattacks. But, I've gone with Matic. I think Matic will start this game. And then 3 up front. I've gone with Pellegrini, Dybala behind Tammy Abraham. Classic there. When it comes to Salzburg, they've got 4 players, actually, which stand out. Their MVP, most valuable player, is Okafor, striker. Then they have got 2 very good creative midfielders under the names of Sucic and Aspe. They've got 2 very similar names. They've got... Wait, I've got the list over here. Oh my god, let me find it. Right, in the meantime, smash the like button. Everyone in the stream, take 2 seconds to smash the like button down below. Do it. If you do it, Tammy will score on Thursday. Right, Salzburg. There we go. They've got 4 players which stand out. Okafor is the striker. Good. Many top teams want him. Then they have got Sesko and Sucic. 2 very similar names. 2 very good creative midfielders. This trio is a killer. This trio is an absolute killer. And then they have got a good defender which played a really good World Cup with Croatia on loan from Monaco. His name is Pavlovic. So these are the 4 players which stand out in my opinion. Overall, They're a team which don't have a standout player like us with Dybala, but they're a team which plays so well. You know, part of me wants to play for a draw on Thursday. If we get a win in Austria with the cold weather against Salzburg, wow. But we got to get that win. It's not guaranteed. This is such a tough game, ladies and gentlemen. You've got no idea. I cannot make it clearer. This is such a good, tough game. So there are the four standout players for them: Okafor, Sucic, Sesko. Who, in fact, Sesko is the one who Fabrizio Romano says has really potentials and big clubs. In fact, didn't a big club buy Sesko? Like Man City or someone? I'm not sure, but might be wrong here. But yeah, these are their four standout players. They're a team which play really good, fast football. But overall, concluding speech. As much as last season, you see, I think the thing here is, and this is something which I need to stop doing. I am not sure why, but I've got this image of us winning the Conference League, and I've got this image of, now that we've won the Conference League last season, I've got this vision of Roma doing really well in the Europa League. That's wrong. They're they're completely different tournaments. But on the other hand, we also need to understand another thing. As much as last season we were in the Conference League, we were the best team in the Conference League and had the responsibility to win that Conference League, this season we're in a way harder tournament, but we aren't the favourites to win it. In a way, to make it simpler to understand, if we lose it, no one can say anything about us. Because we weren't the favourites, we were just there enjoying our life. Therefore, concluding speech in our Europa League, I think we have to enjoy Europa League. I think the priority is top four. Top four is the main focus. Top four is the priority. Top four is the thing which at the end of the season we look back into. That does not mean to completely underestimate Europa League. In fact, that is a further statement to say, due to the fact that top four is such an important objective and remains your priority, stick away from it for a second and enjoy your holiday in the Europa League. Kind of like that. We are here in a Europa League to try and succeed, to try and go the whole way. But behind everything, we're here to enjoy ourselves. There are way better teams than us. Arsenal, Barcelona, United. Even though one of the two will be eliminated, Arsenal, United, Barcelona, Juventus, Bayer Leverkusen, Sporting Lisbon. We're there. We're not the worst team. I'd say we're like 5th best team in Europa League. But don't get fooled. And again, this is kind of a message to me because I do get fooled. Because now that I've won Conference League, I'm so overhyped and gassed that I've got visions of the team winning Europa League too. That's wrong. But we should enjoy Europa League. We should enjoy Europa League. You know, top four is the priority, but we have to enjoy it. You know, and kind of, you know, now that we've got like a few days before Europa League restarts, the big message here is, you know, the faith and the faith in something is the last thing which dies. As there's a very famous saying in Italian which goes, "La speranza è l'ultima a morire," and that I think has to be the motto of our Europa League run. We might not be the favourites, we might not be the best team out there, but la speranza è l'ultima a morire. The faith in doing well is the last thing which dies. So that has to be your motto. That has to be your motto. We're there to win, we're there to succeed, but we're also there to enjoy ourselves. And to enjoy this holiday which we achieved by winning the Conference League. So that's kind of my concluding speech. I mean, look, I'm just happy we're playing European nights. I'm just happy to be playing in a tournament like Europa League. And this is the last time ever I will name the word Zaniolo on this channel. Thank you, Zaniolo. Because as I said at the start, we're in this position because of him and that absolute masterclass against Ludogorets in November. I'm just happy to be in a larger stage with better teams out there, with better teams out there. I'm just glad that I've got a season ticket this season, meaning that starting from next Thursday, I'll be at the stadium, Europa League. It's just fun. Top four is the priority. Europa League is the dream. Let's call it like that. But yeah, right. Let me read a few comments. That's done with the match preview today. This is a tough game. Says amazing Vincent. It's a very tough game. You're watching Champions League tonight? I am indeed gonna watch Champions League tonight. I'm gonna go to my girlfriend's house. Champions League, pizza. What do you want more? Beat that. Beat that. Champions League night. Mbappe master. Mbappe isn't even starting. Leao masterclass. Milan Tottenham is going to be a fun one. I hate Højlund after that tackle on Dybala, but yeah, that's football for. I think we're confusing players here. The guy which tackled Dybala, which played against us last weekend, was Hjulmand. I think what Ariel D. Black is mentioning is Højlund, the Atalanta player who looks like Holland. So when Ennio Morez says you mean Hjulmand, no, I don't mean Hjulmand. When I was doing that Højlund speech, I was speaking about Højlund, the Atalanta player. Højlund and Hjulmand are two very different players. One of them is a dickhead who tackled the Dybala. The other one is a beast which plays for Atalanta, and and just beat Lazio. So yeah, I haven't confused the two. But again, I think Ariel D. Black meant the Atalanta guy, Højlund. I don't know, very similar names, very similar countries, but you're doing Netflix and chill, bro. I'm doing Champions League and chill. Pizza, girlfriend, Champions League. Beat that. Boom. Smartness is the start Matic Cristante. Trusted pair, simple as that. No experiment or risk. I agree with that, but the rhythm, Cristante, like, in order for me to see Cristante run around Sesko, Okafor, he need the support of the dragon in Shrek's movie. Cristante cannot do that. They're already two very slow players who struggle like against Lecce. So, as much as they are the most experienced, I fully agree, and they're the ones which Mourinho will most probably choose. If I were to give an opinion, the second we start matching Cristante against Salzburg, who are the fastest team in Europe, I haven't made this up. It's a killer. Like, I mean, and if Cristante and Matic start and they manage to keep a clean sheet, then that's where we really need to call Cristante Brian Casemiro. But yeah, Simon Gini's not fit enough to start. I know. I've put Gini just wishful thinking. I'd love to see Gini in, but I don't think Gini will start. But I'll put it in. Bove too inexperienced and Kamara not fit enough. Again, then what do? We shift Pellegrini in the middle and put El Shaarawy up top and start Spina on the left. I don't want to see Matic and Cristante. Like, again, I have nothing against the two, but I don't want to see them start this game. Anyways, I gotta leave. I'll catch you soon. Enjoy Champions League tonight. Let me know in the comments down below your predictions. Your predicted 11, for this game. If you haven't already, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the link of the channel with your families and friends. Everyone right now, before leaving the stream and enjoying the Milan against Tottenham game, take 2 seconds to smash the like button down below. Supports me a lot, and we've got a big part of this season coming ahead. So I'm looking forward to it. Enjoy it, everyone. I'll catch you tomorrow for Mourinho's press conference reaction, and on Thursday for the live watch long. And I'll catch you very, very, very soon. Happy St. Valentine's Day to everyone. And yeah. Oh, also, if you're I've said this many times, but I want to do this because it's good. It's a good thing to do. If you want to donate, if you're feeling like you want to donate a little contribution to the rescue services in Turkey and Syria after the earthquake, click the first link in the description below and donate if you want to. It's a good cause. So yeah, I'll catch you very, very soon. Simon out. I was about to turn to the camera, then I was like, no, I gotta turn to the computer. So yeah, Simon out.